guys, it's Kai. So, I'm driving back home right now. I just spent a wonderful weekend getaway with my bestie, Flora. I wanted to talk about, honestly, just what I'm going through. So this main intention of speaking is about how the focus in myself has allowed me to really, honestly, flourish. I've been flowering so much in such a beautiful way, and these last few weeks have been pretty rough because I experienced what I experienced with my sister, and I realized how toxic it's been, and then therefore acknowledging the toxic environments of not only my upbringing, but also what I continue to surround myself with, and therefore how I treat myself directly. And I was just I honestly was just talking to myself. So I was like, okay, well, why the hell am I not recording, you know? So I was just speaking about the differences in people and how beautiful it is to just honestly experience that. And I do feel like I have so much fun with myself, and I don't want to necessarily say that I get bored with the things that I do, or all the things that end up being done with the multifaceted sides of myself. But taking honestly a step away from that has allowed me to see people clearly, because I've been focusing on myself, because I've been purely intentional with what I actually want to do and what exactly I want to build, and how I bring or call back my power and make myself feel powerful and confident, build my self-esteem. And that has been such a prevalent thing, because I realized, especially with learning more about astrology, and how the rising sign is actually the sign that you are going to be growing more into, what you're meant to be growing more into. So I'm a Leo rising, and I was like, what is this? Oh my god. I just realized I have this cracker in my chest this whole fucking time. It's so funny, because I do a lot of different things. I do fashion, styling on Instagram, I do poetry, spoken word, I do podcasts, I do Twitch streaming, I do YouTube, I do OnlyFans, I do so many things. I sing, I fucking play piano, and I'm like, why do I keep trying to hold myself back? I literally don't understand why I keep trying to diminish, stifle, degrade. And obviously that has to do with trauma responses, so being in survival mode, fight or flight, all of these things, how I've been conditioned, what my habits are. And it's so important for me to acknowledge how my dysregulation affects how I interact with people, how I perceive things, and that it's not anyone else's responsibility. So I really realized that, especially with my friend Flora, because she is an absolute gift in my life. If there's no other way that I could describe that. After losing one of the most beautiful, bright lights in my life to a car accident, I realized I don't want to regret not talking to this person more. And I understand, because with our differences, it is important for me to not only speak up for myself, but to be accountable, to be responsible, to, when someone calls me out on my fucking bullshit, to actually show up, you know? And so that is exactly what I've been doing. And I came forth and I was like, I actually feel insecure because I haven't been in the best place. And I realized that I do want to actually I want to really connect with this person, and I want to respect you. I want to communicate with you in a way that works not only with me, but with you, you know? I don't know how you wish for me to communicate with you. What works best? What do you feel most connected to? How can I stay in contact with you? That works with you, in other words, right? Because as someone who is one, introverted, two, also Scorpio sun and a Capricorn moon. So I have a very big need to spend a lot of time alone. And especially when I need to process myself and decompress or whatever, I really do actually need to be alone. So that is why I've been very much acknowledging how I don't remain responsible with my connections. And that is really important, because despite having differences with someone, it is a choice to actually continue, right? Like, love is a choice, and there is unconditional love without judgment, and there's also a need for discernment, though, because I have cut off so many people from my life because from my own discernment, I realized that them being in my life was actually extremely, like, it was me disrespecting myself, to be honest, and my space and my time and my presence, my attention, and even people that weren't my friends. So it's like, it's having the faith in my own judgment. I've built trust with my own self and my own decisions, and sometimes, yeah, I have falterings, and that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna fucking put myself down. Like, sometimes when I cringe, I literally am just like, okay, and, you know, like, that's why I was like, okay, but I want to be able to communicate with people better. So how can I help myself so that I can do that? And I was like, I need to put more intentional time and presence into what I enjoy, what my passions are. And I love talking to people. I love meeting people. I love hearing what they have to say. Things that I am, like, genuinely not going to spend time doing on my own. And I still find it so enjoyable. That is what works for me. So even with that, and understanding that I do need space for people, that I do respect my space, my time, my presence, and I'm still learning. That is the most important part about all of this, is that I'm literally still learning. I'm learning about myself, I'm learning about others, and to make a step forward isn't going to define the steps that I need to take in order to redirect, reprogram. It's not, making a leap of faith and then having to backtrack almost, you know, like that fear and, like, honestly, that lack of trust. I told my friend, I was like, I have trust issues because I was lied to my face a lot of times, people pleasing all the time, lying to people's faces, saying that I'm fine and it's okay, because I was not okay, and it was not fine. But I would just say it, and I would just do shit that I just didn't want to do. And even when I was talking to my brother about this, I was like, damn, like, we literally did shit all the time that we just didn't want to fucking do. And now I finally understood, like, this is a lot, by the way, so take it as you may, but I genuinely could give two shits about money. I don't need the material realm for myself necessarily. I realized, especially after hanging out with my friend, I have just been like, I love hanging out with other people, and people that truly, like, being with her, I've realized this is my soul family right here. And I haven't felt this way ever, actually. Like, this is the first person that I've ever been like, damn, this was meant to be. And I'm so grateful to have you in my life, and I'm grateful that I can accept you as you are, and I acknowledge that we're different, and I acknowledge the differences in order so that I can actually communicate with you and have a conversation and build boundaries. And, like, honestly, it's just crazy because I am still redirecting, reprogramming myself from thinking that I'm a problem and that I'm difficult and, like, all of these things. Like, I'm not, you know, like, good enough, or, like, so many things. things, to be honest. But in the end, it's just been like so enlightening, and it makes me move. I act out of inspiration to be like, okay, I'm going to do all these things now so that I can like build my abundance and honestly attract the abundance that I don't know is out there for me. Like, because I'm inspired by this connection, because I actually feel alive and I feel like I'm being respected and treated as a fucking person. Like, this whole occurrence with my sister has really shown me that I have just let her walk all over me, honestly. Like, in so many instances, and it's not her fault. It is not her fucking fault. Obviously, to play at the game, it's never just one side. And I acknowledge that there are things that I do that trigger her, and I have tried my best to actually be accountable and show up and regulate, and you know, and even then I've also never really truly acknowledged that I actually feel like shit, like absolute shit, and that's not okay. It's not okay for me to treat myself like that, so why the fuck would it be okay for someone else to treat me like that? And I've been learning this lesson over and over and over and over and over, and I wouldn't actually apply it, what I learned. I would realize it, I would acknowledge it, but I actually wouldn't like act upon that lesson. And that comes in forms of how I interact with men, and men that I'm attracted to, though. Like, all of these things are connected, and I've realized that, and especially with the point in the place that I'm in right now in my life, where I'm like, I need to actually move out. I know I'm going to move out. I don't know when. I don't need to know when. I know it's going to happen, and I know it's going to be a lot better than I had even anticipated or like even known was possible for me, because I'm acting out of inspiration and I'm continuing to live through gratitude. I keep my intentions pure out of love, peace, and joy, with love to all and harm to none. I refuse to let others and their responses to me taint who I am. I am sacred. I keep my space so cleared of this energy because I understand there is pain, there is fear. I too experience that. I have my own challenges, and that is why I state so clearly, even if I don't feel confident in my physical body, for example, it doesn't mean that others don't perceive me as beautiful. Like, that kind of still blows my mind sometimes, because especially after an experience where I literally told someone, it was just a random stranger, and I was like, hey man, like, could you not stare at me? It's like I just really would appreciate it if you would stop. And then he just got so fucking mad at me. He literally blew up. And we're complete, like, we don't know each other. Like, he's literally, I'm at a cafe, I'm eating a dessert, and I'm just like, please stop looking at me. And he just blows the fuck up, right? And then he's pretty much telling me, like, he's calling me the B word, and he's like saying a lot of profanities and saying like, then why the hell did you leave your house? You should just shut yourself in your room and shit. Like, why the fuck did you come out, right? And I literally, in that moment, I just flipped. I just was like, wait, really? Like, I was like, really? I literally said that. I was like, really? And he was just like immediately in such a triggered response place that he literally said, yeah. And I was like, damn. And I just started laughing because I was like, damn. Okay. And then I actually recorded a YouTube video, which I deleted, or I think I deleted, but I was just like, damn, I didn't want you to perceive me because I didn't want to perceive myself. I don't feel beautiful, but the fact that he was like so mad, and he said like, he was literally like, I just thought you were so pretty, like, why the fuck can I blah, 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 like, why can't I look and shit, like, it's my eyes. And I was like, you're right. Like, I literally was like, you're right. I just wanted to ask. You don't have to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I just wanted to ask if you could respect my boundary right now. And obviously we don't know each other, obviously, like all these things, right? But I just wanted to ask because I just didn't want to be looked and stared at. And so that is such a good example of compassionate inquiry. Not taking things personal. As an empath, not attaching to the energy, that negative, toxic ass energy. No, bro, it's not welcome into my space. Like, I get it. Like, honestly, I'm sorry that my words have caused a negative experience for you. I was just trying to speak up, honestly, for myself. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with where you're coming from. It's valid. There's also nothing wrong with where I'm coming from. It's valid. So it's like literally comes hand in hand, and everything's interchangeable. Everything's impermanent, and there's always dualities. There's always going to be the parallels and the contradictions. And honestly, it is so crazy to just feel like, okay, as someone who's very stubborn, I get it. I totally get it. When one way works, it just fucking works. You just want to keep doing it. But in reality, how can we expand? How can we grow? How can we evolve if we're consistently doing the same shit? That is literally being stuck in the matrix. And once again, as someone who's like, my sun sign is ruled by Scorpio, I have such a deep need for constant transformation and change. Because I truly believe that is the only like thing that is constant. Like, I am a strong believer in that. I really just went off because I honestly, when I'm driving, I talk so much and you can't even see my face. And like, I was like, whatever, bro. Like, I literally just record these video logs. So I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm setting a pure intention right now. I do OnlyFans. If you're not 18 and you plug into shit like porn and like, honestly, anything like that with sexual sex workers and stuff, that is actually so like disrespectful. I'm sorry, but it's truly not only to yourself but to the person who's doing that as an occupation, as a career path, whatever, like for whatever reason. Because as someone who also knows and really wants to be intentional with doing my work on OnlyFans, it's like, that's pedophilia. And I could literally be reprimanded for that, but also it's like, it's a very impressionable thing to welcome that into your life. I'm just being honest, but like, I am not okay with anyone younger than 18 plugging into my work, because that also makes me fucking uncomfortable. But anyways, if you're not 18, please understand that it is important to actually not do that shit. But obviously you're gonna do whatever the fuck you want. So anyways, I am starting to be a little bit more honestly appreciative of myself and how far I've come in this physical body. After breaking 3 bones at the same time and being debilitated to the point where like half of my body atrophied, it's really like, my whole body's been changing so much, and I have been honestly not feeling the sexiest. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I just don't feel sexy. In the same ways, my masculine divine energy has been awakening in ways that I just can't even describe. Like, it's just how I am. And as someone who's also spectrosexual and celibate, like, it's just, I actually love talking about sex. I love talking about like all that fucking shit. And being within my sexual being is just different now. It's just a different form of expression, even from before. So I'm gonna start doing that more consistently. If you're interested, it is Krimsin Rider. I think I changed it. No, it's Krimsin.bunny. KRIMSIN.BUNNY on OnlyFans. And then I'm gonna start doing fashion more. So I'm about to meet a designer this Thursday or Friday, so I haven't scheduled it out, but I'm gonna be meeting them because I have so much fabric, and I really do want to dress up for Halloween, but I'm just like, I'm going into 20 minutes again, but anyways, whatever. I really want to start doing styling again, and like I said, I've just been in such a different place. Like, wearing my lingerie is just not the same. Like, it needs to be, honestly, it just needs to suit me more. Like, everything needs to just, I don't want to say better, like better's not a good word for it, but everything is just expanding and evolving. Everything is just evolving right now for me. I'm in my evolution phase. I'm really encompassing and honoring my process, and I'm being very patient with my progress, because I've also I started doing, okay, I'm pretty sure it's called kinesthetics or calisthenics or whatever, but it's where you just like do exercise with your body. And I started jump roping, started walking around 2.5 hours daily, and then I just was on this trip because it was my friend's birthday and I really wanted to spend time with her, and then now I'm about to go back home, and so I want to do all these things because I am just so fucking multifaceted, and I'm just gifted with so many skill sets and abilities, not only from how I was raised as a child and what I practiced as a child, but like even my psychic abilities, gifted from the universe, God, my guides, like I am just, I honestly, I need to practice gratitude. Like, there's literally just so much abundance in my life that I have no room to complain. Like, I genuinely, it's like, just doesn't make sense to complain because I'm just so blessed. And I realized that I haven't been sharing my psychic abilities and like connecting with people in that way after doing so many readings for not only people at camp, at my old job at camp, but also when I was working vendors, when I was being a vendor at fairs, like, and people crying, and like even doing a reading for like my brother, like, it's just so empowering to hear people say like that. Just, I needed to hear that. That's exactly what I'm going through. And I'm like, damn, I just need to have faith. Like, I don't know why I don't trust myself. It's literally so crazy. I think that's just the thing. It's just like so out of this world. Like, I can't even describe, because I don't understand the messages sometimes. I'm like, why am I saying this? It doesn't make sense to me, but it makes sense to this person. It's helping this person. And if they're not open or receptive to the message, I understood that my tarot readings are meant to be said even when they are meant to be said, and things need to be said sometimes. And so I'm the type of person to say that. I'm also, as this being Kai Kelly, like, I genuinely am a pretty confrontational person, and I've been acknowledging that in a really beautiful light, because I'm like, I'm willing to actually come forth with a conversation. I'm open to our differences. I understand that you might not think or feel the same way. That's fine, but I'm gonna honor myself, and I'm gonna try my best so that things can get better, not only for me but for you maybe as well. So I'm gonna start doing my readings more often on TikTok, and possibly opening up personals. I just don't know how I want to go about it quite yet. I do, if I'm being honest, I don't want to make a website. I just feel like that's so much more extra work and a little bit more disconnected. So if you're interested, it is psycheky@gmail.com. Psyche as in PSYCHIKY@gmail.com. And that is, just email me. I'll let you know what my information, what available readings there are, because it's always going to change. Everything's always changing for me, so I can't really stick to one thing all the time. So that's why consistency is coming up very much so in this point in my life, because I haven't been consistent with people outside of myself, because I'm literally changing, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't work for me anymore, actually. Like, you treating me like this, that's actually not okay. And so now I'm like fully understanding myself. I'm about to turn 24 next month. I'm actually really about to turn 24 next month. And so yeah, I have all those things. If you're interested, I have my fashion account on Instagram, JITSUNE_KI, and then I have ky_poet.22 for poetry and spoken word. And then I have my main account, which is like kind of like a mix of everything, and honestly just my spiritual self. I'm very just within that presence. And so yeah, thank you so much for listening. This is a lot of information, so take it as you may. I want to also start recording my skate progress because I have gotten better at skating. I just haven't been skating because I've been stretching a lot more. Yeah, so it's been wonderful speaking about where I'm at, what I'm focused on. I'm sending so much support and love. I really pray that I just inspire people to be themselves. Like, to be honest, I think that's like the biggest thing. I'm literally like, please just be yourself. Like seriously, be honest with me, be vulnerable, like feel your emotions, like speak your mind, allow those cyclical thoughts to play, and don't judge yourself. Like, and I tell myself these things. That's why I want to proclaim to others as well. So I wish you the best on your spiritual journey. I send you support and love always, with love to all and harm to none. Like, I really, wow, this person's just on that guy's ass. But anyways, I really just want to connect with people in all the multifaceted ways that I can connect with them. So I will try. Okay, I'm getting better at this. Okay, like, I probably will edit this video because honestly though, 26 minutes, bruh. Like, that's literally a full-on podcast episode. And that's another thing. Like, I do podcasts, and it's called Kai's Spoken. Like, Kai''s spoken. Like, Kai has spoken, but Kai's as in, like, possessive noun. Anyways, oh god, I digress. But, yeah. Stay true to you, bro. Like, genuinely, stay on your path. You're right where you're meant to be. Everything is as it is meant to be, as it is so. Trust and have faith not only in yourself, but in the outer workings of the universe, because they are fucking doing shit, man. They are bringing so much abundance. It is all here simply because you're alive, and I'm alive. So I just feel so grateful and blessed, and I'm ready to, I don't want to say hit the ground running, but I'm low-key hitting the ground and running, because I'm just like, I'm just inspired to act, and that's what this video is. So thank you so much once again. If you like the video, like the video, you know, like the video. Yeah, honestly, I don't subscribe, stay tuned. I have a lot of ideas, adventures, dude. I'm literally about to go back to Cal or NorCal because I'm about to spend Halloween. Okay, that's another thing. I gotta fucking post my progress with my styling, because I'm really gonna be doing that. Like, I'm really excited because I want to do something different like I usually do. I have a Meta Knight costume. That I made myself. It's like a feminine Meta Knight type cosplay. And then I have a masquerade maid, and then I have a witch or dark high priestess, and then I have high priestess of the sea. I have so many freaking ideas, like, Jesus Christ. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be posting that on. Okay, that just means I should probably end the video, but I am gonna post that. Wow, fuck you, truck, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, but yeah, okay, I'm going to post that on my fashion account, Jitsune. I'll fucking post it on my descriptions. I need to start doing that. So I'm gonna do that. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good night, rest well, and see you in the next video.